The Law Enforcement Tech Minute series is sponsored by the IACP. This Law Enforcement Technology Minute is brought to you by the iThreat Cyber Group Incorporated. Hi, I'm Commander Eric Scarpin, and this is your Law Enforcement Technology Minute. Digital Officer Safety Primer for law enforcement executives. Welcome to the Law Enforcement Technology Minute. In law enforcement, great emphasis is placed upon officer safety. This video covers both awareness and considerations for digital officer safety in our high-tech era. Over the past few years, we've seen recent trends emerge in digital threats. The availability of personal identifiable information of law enforcement officers and law enforcement agency executives is a growing risk. This data can be traced or gathered on the internet in a process known as doxing. A variety of government entities, including law enforcement, have become the focus of hacktivist attacks from the likes of LulzSec and the anti-sec movements. Identity theft still looms as an increasing threat due to the relative ease of the crime. Current practices and attitudes towards leaving personal identifiable information on the World Wide Web contributes to our risk in these areas. Additionally, the connected nature of the internet lends ease to the collection of personal identifiable information. Many agencies have little or no policies, procedures, or guidance offered on digital operational safety or digital officer safety policies. There's a critical need to protect our law enforcement officers and our law enforcement executives so that they can focus on the mission of public safety. A teenager with a smartphone, an internet connection, and a couple of hours may know more about you and your family than you wish. The question is, what will they do with that information? Will they leak it publicly? Will they sell it to a fraudster? Or will they use it for harassment? Covering the basics. Awareness is your best friend when it comes to protecting yourself digitally. Here are some of the areas of concern that cover the basics of online safety: safe practices, safe profiles, and safe computing. Safe practices. In order to practice safe internet use, be aware of your professional versus your personal habits. Set safe limits for how much information you're willing to share. Don't mix or connect your personal and professional profiles. Access professional sites from work, not home, and keep your profiles compartmentalized if possible. Take advantage of privacy settings on social media sites and review them regularly. Create a strong password and use different passwords across different sites. When you consume or provide information on the internet, consider who is collecting information on you. There are both good and bad sites that you can visit. And sometimes, even trusted sites will install bloatware or add-ons that partner advertisers have paid to promote that can place you at risk. Ask yourself, what am I giving them? Safe profiles. When creating a safe profile, watch for these risks. Watch what online data services are collecting about you and how they intend to use it. When posting on social media, be aware that metadata is stored within files and includes information such as location, date, time, usernames, and more. Being unaware of the contents of metadata can expose undercover officers to undue risks. Setting safe limits for profiles involves assessing the what, where, and how you'll share information in advance. Keep smart barriers in place, like avoid personal identification and avoid sharing location details. You want to avoid the following: using your personal identifiable information for your address, content which infers personal identifiable information, like posting happy birthday, referencing a physical location, leaving a trail of breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs are small fragments of personal identifiable information that can be spread across numerous sites. It's sometimes simple to collect and correlate. Online addresses that are associated with your home, and device information that's associated with personal identifiable information. The keys here are being aware of your digital privacy exposure and practicing reasonable risk management. Safe computing. Safe computing measures are the third risk that you can mitigate to practice good digital officer safety. Avoid open or unsecure public internet connections, or ensure that you're using a device that re-encrypts the traffic through something called a virtual network connection. Ask your IT guy about that. Obfuscate and anonymize as a rule, especially when using tools to conduct an online investigation. Avoid using borrowed, shared, or public computers, especially when accessing personal data sites like banking or other personal sites. Secure and monitor your devices. Separate your work and personal devices. Consider the types of applications that you download and use. Some apps inadvertently violate your policy in sneaky ways, accessing and reselling your personal data. Know what the app is collecting on you. Configure your device or app to limit the information that you feed it. A good example is this flashlight application that the FTC recently warned us about. Now, contributing to a safe environment for you and your family can be a challenging task, particularly if you don't feel like you're technically savvy. But by remaining aware of digital officer safety considerations and engaging in safe practices, safe profiles, and safe computing, you can reduce your online risk and contribute to maintaining a high level of digital officer safety. For more information on this topic, please visit the IACP.org and the resources available on the Center for Officer Safety and Wellness. I'm Commander Eric Scarpin, and that is your Law Enforcement Technology Minute. This Law Enforcement Technology Minute is brought to you by the iThreat Cyber Group Incorporated.